the meeting, taking Zoom, which it allows for third-party providers to hook into Zoom without leaving Zoom. And I make sure that it looks good, which it does. And now I'll talk about what we're doing today, what we're going to be doing this week, what's going to be the next week's. So welcome, everybody. We've started our projects. Some teams are further along than others, and what I suggest is that in each milestone you will be graded, so you do not want to be far behind. On the 27th, last day of class, you'll be presenting your final projects to me, and I'll be giving you feedback. And for most projects, I'll be just letting you know, show me what you have, what I haven't seen, right? And then you'll be doing your final recordings the day of the final exam. We know I'm going to go up in the schedule, on the 22nd of April. You have on your calendars that we have an in-house exam just in the same format as we had before. And in order for the Jewish holidays coming in, which is Passover this Wednesday we will not have class, formal class. Does everybody hear that? And I'll have Isa, she'll put that out, or Lily, I don't know, you can just check Isa on with Lily on how you are setting that up. But this Wednesday, we will not have formal class. I suggest those groups that are having, especially it'd be a good time even to meet during this time with your group, since you know that everybody has that time free. So that is the suggestion there. Okay. Anything else, Jessica? So that I need to know. All right, Jessica. Because I don't hear
there's no chats right now.
okay, so you understand that, Jessica? So this Wednesday, there won't be formal class, okay? You got that. All right. So let me share my screen and we'll talk about what we need to do. I'm going to share. And we'll see here in terms here. Do you see my screen, Jessica?
Yeah.
Okay, what do you see?
I just see like everyone.
You see the YouTube stream, right? So
Yeah.
this is the YouTube stream, and we know that it is a little bit delayed, and now you should see my Blackboard. And under Blackboard, you can see what's due. And let me just move this so I know that this is off. My edit mode is off, so I see the same thing that you're seeing. And let's just make sure that we talked about what was due today, which is Monday, March 30th, before class, that you would have completed your part 2, your Wix collaboration. And in your Wix collaboration, if I went to the audit assignment instructions, I'll see in the audit assignment instructions is you needed to have at least one person in your group use this discount code of 0, and you must have at least had everybody invited all their collaborators to be able to support and upgrade the website. You see here on upgrading the website, you had instructions here where you needed, at least for today, before class it was due, invite all team members to the project and basically have the mission statement, the service descriptions generated, your AI logo and essential content, and sign up. And it should be using this. You should have gotten the business plan. You should have invited, make them website managers if possible, edit your website. This should be done for today. You should have your mission statement, what you do. your team page, a professional picture of each member along with the assigned role. I would also add along with that, your assigned role is good. Start writing even descriptions of what each person does, and then your contact page, and publish your site that you have your URLs and social media. Some groups I looked at and they already had their social media, at least they didn't populate it, but they already created their LinkedIn, their TikTok, their Instagram, and others. So this should be a way in which to do it. What can I tell you? This is the part, and if I stop sharing, I can't emphasize enough that this is the part that I have people that somehow are not involved in the project. It makes it difficult for some of the people that have taken on their role as team leaders to get others involved. It's a difficult situation since we cannot fire one another. But all I can suggest is this, that you need to do your fair share. You will be graded not only on what you produce for your project, but basically how well you do it and a timely version. So anyone that needs to see me, if I need to see groups, we need to figure out some better way of communications. Isa's more than willing to meet with groups. Is that a fair statement? I know it, that we need to have it done here. Waiting to the last minute will only cause you a lower grade, and it's a shame that it will cost the entire team a lower grade as well, not only yours. If you don't care about your grade, that is something that you have to deal with. What is not fair is when you bring your entire team down. So if you need me to help you in any way, let me know. So one of the things I just wanted to briefly go over it, if I share my screen, let's look at what is due then for today. So if I go back to our content and go back to what's due, I can see that what's due, we know what was due today. That should have been done. Also, artificial intelligence, and there were articles there talking about AI, talking about the idea of generative AI and the subfields of AI. What is due a week from today, Monday? As I mentioned before, Wednesday class, we will not have formal class on Wednesday, but I suggest that the teams meet together. You can even help each other in the next assignment where we're going to talk about AI, voice AI, and agents in the audit assignment, and we will proceed there. So let me just do one more thing since I'm right here, is on the content. This is our fundamental, our assignment groups. And if I look at the assignment groups, each group should have their URL already there. So it should be that, Aiden, you need to put your URL on this site, right? Aiden, Roxy, and Ava, your URL should be right here as well. I don't see it. So if you could be so kind and put that up. And then I see here group 2, which has one, group 3, and look at the difference. I've only asked you just now to use the Wix site, right? Later on, you will be upgrading to your domain name. Some of you have already decided on a domain name, like Travis, Justin, Ava have a domain name of careeraisolutions.com. That's a really good one, right? And Hunter here, this is good, in which he hasn't upgraded in this case. Group 7, I don't know why Group 7 hasn't had that. You can, Isa, do it. Vivian, question.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask, my group was having trouble changing the domain name. We tried to do that today and we upgraded to the business plan, so all of us are on the business plan, but it still wants us to pay more
No, you,
money for it.
no, you don't need to pay anything. So stay with me afterwards or check with um Isa. So did you sign up in the beginning and did it ask you for something? Vivian?
When I signed up at first, I selected the business plan, but I didn't put in our domain name because our group
No,
hadn't
no, you
talked
don't
about
need your
it.
domain name, but did you sign up and did you get business plan?
Yeah, I'm
Is
signed up
it
for the
zero?
business plan.
Okay, well, so we'll work on that offline, okay, Vivian?
Okay, thank
Okay,
you.
perfect. And then group 7 I don't have and group 10. So if you can reach out, Issa, and figure out what are those issues there and that you may need to work with them. So
I
a
just
capital.
updated the group 10 one. So if you reload, it
Okay,
should
all
have the
right. So
link.
I'll do that. So Vivian, which one are you in? Vivian, you're in what group?
I'm in group 3.
Group 3. Okay, in group 3, then you have the Wix site there. So don't worry about it right now. So if I just look at this, your Wix site, and let me just open in a new tab. Right now, that's all you need to do right now. That's good. You have your Wix site, your AI career, and we'll look at it before, and then you have executive right here. Let me just go to home here. So at your point, Vivian, is don't put our team first. Just go to your original one. You see this? How you have our team?
Yeah.
Go, put your URL without your team so it looks like, right? It will look then that I don't have to have that evolve. So if I look here and I go open in new tab, you see how this will bring me to our team? I don't want the team. Just go to your home. So it'll look like this. Copy this one right here, where it's the top of your one. You see that? Yes, no, Vivian?
Yeah, I just re-uploaded it so
Yeah,
that you should just be
re-upload
able
it.
to go to
Everybody see, you
home.
want to go to your home page. You want to be at your home in the beginning. Then you have your logo, which is good in the corner, engineered for your business career, empowering your journey. Here I would put a little bit maybe for your business career for whom, do you have that? On who is it exactly for? Here's a lot of blue. I don't know why when I go scroll down. So this needs to be uh, put in. I don't know if we need so many pictures here. And who are we focusing in on? Vivian, who is our focus?
I don't know why, when I am looking at my preview website, it looks a little different. Is
Okay,
this
so
the home page?
yeah, this is the home page. So this is
Okay.
what again. And see here, uh, in this case, this is not good, right? Because when I click over it, this says this is Sophia, this is Elena.
Yeah, mine looks very different on my end,
Okay,
so
so
I don't know. I'll look.
so you have to basically on your end when you publish it, you have to go and look at it, what it looks like on other people in your group need to look at that. Also, the pictures are irrelevant, right? I would focus in basically engineered for your business career for whom? Who's your target audience? I'm asking. This is
Oh,
yours.
our target audience is juniors, mostly seniors in college,
Okay,
right
so
off
I
the
would
bat.
do that. I would do that. Okay. So we got all we got all their pictures. Everybody looks beautiful, right? But then later on, I would add, besides maybe making them a little smaller, and then you can do that. I would add, and here's Chief is that how you spell Chief? That looks, no, we'd have to do spell check or something here, right? This is misspelled. But anyways, everybody in your group, then Vivian, you shouldn't be the only one, right, Vivian? And doing that, Lev, Maggie, and Sawyer should be able to look at it, right? Right, Maggie? be able to look at it. And if there's a mistake, let everyone know about it. Everybody is responsible for what is posted. But at least we got the start of it, which is good. And you see here, Vivian, there's a phone number. Whose phone number is that? Is that somebody's?
Yeah, that's my phone number.
Okay, so we want to remove, I want to later on remove that phone number. Right? And who was that Sawyer that just spoke to me?
It was
Who-
Lev.
What? Lev,
Lev.
okay. So Lev, we don't even, what do you need to have people calling you? So later on, what we'll do is you can even move that out, and later on we'll have the agent's phone number. Sounds good, right? What do we need to have your phone number there, right? And then later on, we can set this up that we don't have the miami.edu, we'll have the group email. It's good that you filled it in, Lev, already, something, right? That you need to do. And then it should be already, you should have it already, that it should be linked. Hold on one second. So what this should be then is it should be, then also you should have the links of your, for your social media. Okay. But this is okay right now, and then later on we'll see what you need for upgrading. Vivian, does that make sense? Vivian?
Yeah.
Okay, so if I went back again to the content here, right, that I should get. So in this case, also we didn't ask you to upgrade yet, but in terms of upgrade, if I want to see this in a new link, this is home smart. I don't know what's not appearing here, giving what we do a little bit. This needs to be changed. I think it's good. I have our core services here. I have our people. That looks great. Everybody looks really good. One thing we do is we have a very attractive class here. We have people here. We have it right. Smart marketing. And already are these are already linked. If I click on this, that's good. This group already has set up a smart marketing in connecting. And of course, once you start, once you start posting, it'll be good that each other connect to each other as well. And you can have other groups connect to you to see it. And already it's nice. You're using the same logo, and it's a start. One of the things you may want to think about and play around with when you're looking at that is, now that you have a time here, is looking at, it's a little bit contact information. I think this is a little distracting. What do you think, Hunter?
Yeah, I agree. It could be a
Yeah,
little
it's like,
cleaner.
it's too much, then later on and figure out, once we get started, you need to make it that it looks attractive and it's just not rolling contact information. And I got a phone here, but later on we can put an agent, right? A voice agent, then they can call my agent. And it's, you created this already? Who created this Gmail account? Is
I
this-
did.
Okay, who is that?
Catherine.
Catherine, okay, great. So she already created Smart Marketing 305. It's better than at gmail.com. It's better than putting your personal email there. That's great. And then later on, you'll have the phone number. But this is, you agree with me? This is, you can tell what looks good even better than I can. But you already have what's nice, and later on you can make it a little smaller, but later on already you know that you've already gotten some of your links, your Instagram, and then you can get certain people, your ex, and perfect. Okay? So any others that want me to look at it? Any comments? Jessica, is there anybody in the way?
No,
What-
there's no one in the
Okay,
chat.
which group are you, Jessica?
We're group A.
Your
Before
group
that.
A, okay. So in this case, in group A, can I look, I'm gonna look at it. So if I looked at group 8, then we can see in group 8, campus to career AI. It's a good, you've had it. That's a great name, I think. And then if I go to team, let's see what happens with team. Wow. We have great pictures. Everybody looks great. Dominique, Dax, Jess. What happened to Luca?
He doesn't have a business professional photo just yet, so we're waiting for him to do it today.
Okay, so he didn't. He can take a photo. You know what I mean? He can even get AI to help with his photo. You know, go to ChatGPT and help take one picture that he even has and ask ChatGPT make it professional. Have you ever done that, Jeff?
No, I haven't done
Yeah,
that,
but
but
try it.
that's
You
we'll
have a
definitely plan to do that.
ChatGPT and others you can just upload, and Gemini you can say I have a professional, this is my picture, make it more professional, you know. So let's move on. At least he'll have some picture, you know. He
Yeah,
can take
definitely.
elements with his phone, right? Or just you can meet him and you can take a picture of him. Okay.
Yeah.
Right? And you can tell him how to look good. Okay, tell him what's a good angle. I'm sure you're good at that, right? That you can tell somebody, right? For yourself, it's a little bit much. So you don't need to have it Photoshop, but even once you get the picture, then you get a picture, then you can even upload it. It's nice, upload it to ChatGPT or the other ones and say, and make this look more professional. So it's good. Our vision to revolutionize, great.
Perfect.
And
Thank
are
you.
these like, have you set anything up here?
I don't think so.
Okay, so if you don't, then take off the ones that don't work, right? And then create your own and decide what you want of Instagram, YouTube. You can make your channel even with YouTube, which is nice. You can make your own channel with X and then decide on this. But it's good. It's a beginning. That's what I like about it. And I love your name, right?
Yeah, we really love our name.
It's fantastic. Already you could sell that, right? And you got a logo. Fantastic. You already have it. Empowering the next gen with AI expertise and strategic career guidance. And then you need to kind of make it more. Our vision is to revolution the transition from student to professional at campus. And then you have to start reading it. Because this is kind of, I bet you this was AI. Was this AI produced? Jess?
Yeah, I think we had like a basic statement and we
Yeah,
asked it to
right.
elevate it.
So you even can take this and then prompt it more to make it doesn't sound as AI-ish, but not only that, that it will basically direct what you want to do. And then start thinking about what kind of videos do you want to put in. Excellent, excellent. And you've already upgraded, and then you maybe even can contact Vivian, if you were having some problems, is even contact some of the groups that already have upgraded to figure out what is the issues, but we'll definitely address it. Any questions? So you really be proud of it. It's really a nice beginning. It's clean. Some of the other ones that I say is go fix it up, but not a lot of rolling things, you know, and a lot of it wasn't what you did. It was what the AI produced. I'm sure you didn't. But then you maybe even, if you haven't even upgraded, you may even start with another template if you haven't upgraded your thing and start changing that. Okay, so we got that. Any questions? So this should be done, and Isa, you'll reach out to those groups that haven't, any groups that haven't. If you want me to see any of those groups, anything that anybody wants me to look at. Okay. And Roxy, was yours finished? Did we have some issues with your group, Roxy?
We only had an issue like putting it on to Blackboard, but I think Aiden ended up figuring it out.
Okay. All right, so you have to check if he had issues, right? You need to check his work. That's always the idea.
Yeah, it was
Go ahead.
working on on Ava's end when she checked the link, but it wasn't working on my end. So I don't know if it was
I know,
just
and that's why we always have to do it. Everyone needs to check it before class. If anything is due, you want to do it the day before. Everyone in your group needs to check it, because guess what? That happens to us too. Just today, I was doing something and I didn't have a chance to look at what was due, and I had to contact Lily, one of our TAs, and say, you know, the link isn't working for me. And then she, oh, I forgot to take this off. You know, so it happens to all of us, right? We're not new, but it's the idea that everyone needs to check the link, or it works from on my end, but their end is they didn't have to share because it was their link. You understand that, Roxy, how it works out. Okay, perfect. Anything else that we need to deal with? Okay. Any other ones that I need to look at? Examia, what group are you? What do we got? Any others that I need to share? Let me just make sure before I move on to the next part. So if I go back to my other content, right, that I wanted to go to my assignment groups, okay? So it was in terms of, then it was Aiden, so basically this was what you got done before. And what did you contact? Finfusion.co, I love it. Great name. What do you think, Aiden? And then we got here Finfusion.
Yeah.
Okay, I like it. What do you think?
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, the only thing is, this is what I'm getting. Are you getting like this Finfusion and a blank screen?
I think you just need to scroll out a bit.
Okay. No, because this is what I'm getting. And then I'm getting,
Could you try the link again? Because I had to click on it twice in order for it to fully work. There it goes.
okay, yeah, I don't know. It's weird, huh?
Yeah.
So you got to figure out what's going on there. Yeah, because you didn't, yeah, because I was saying, hey, it's blank. Okay, Finfusion. What I would do here more than just this thing, I think it's wasted real estate. Do you see what I mean?
It's supposed to look different. I don't know why it's zoomed
Yeah,
in
okay,
on your
but
screen.
anyways, okay, institutional family portfolios for modern advisors. I would put right here, AI right in here. Because here I have to read a lot. So I would be even in this Finfusion thing, make like a little, everybody, and this is for everybody, this is a good point, is make like a little moniker, like a saying of what Finfusion does. AI for the institutional family. You can make it, you can even ask ChatGPT or the other ones, give me a little moniker of a few words, you know what I mean, to get me something catchy there that I see it right after Finfusion. I see it here. Because when I see Finfusion, I have no idea. Most people have no idea what it is. So I would do that. Our platform AI seamlessly integrates, blah, 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 by analyzing the agendas and all this. Give me something short and sweet right here. You got it. And then here, hierarchical account synchronization. I'm not sure, but this coloring, I'm not sure about either, but it's good. And then I got a lot of pictures here. Not sure what I'm supposed to do with these. And smart logic. And then I got my community. This is not a company leadership. Okay, God. Aiden with all those stars and stripes. You're ready to go. Okay. I would be here, Aiden. I don't know, an aspiring student at the University of Miami. I would take maybe what you do for the company, and then you're not an aspiring student. Maybe what's your major, Aiden?
Finance and accounting.
Yeah, that's what's the key here. Not that you're aspiring student. I'm not looking for a student. I'm looking for somebody, Aiden, to help me. I'm a financial advisor to help me with my family portfolio business. So everybody understand that? It's thing. I want to build AI to help financial. It's our team, not I, right? Right. And not the busy work which comes here. Then I would say basically that Aiden then is great matching up his, with his expertise in accounting and finance. And here, of course, this needs to be changed, right? With this wasn't changed, right? This was the logo we can see, but it's a start. And then when you see it, right, this doesn't look like Roxy to me, and this doesn't look like Ava to me, not quite. What do you think? These transitions.
No, we need to put the photos in.
Yeah, right. It should have been done, right? They should have been able to upload and so forth. So basically, I would do that right after class because this was due today. you don't want Aiden, right, to get points off for this part 1 that's supposed to be due today before class, right? That you haven't, right? Ava really did a transition, right? Okay. And then you then you have to kind of work out on book online, but we got to say, and what about the social media? You have to have like social media accounts somewhere. And I imagine you haven't done anything with this, right? Is this true?
No, I'm not really
Yeah,
sure of
yeah.
the link.
Yeah,
The
so if you
social media.
haven't do it, so you need to figure out, have somebody in your group figure out who's going to be my social media thing and create those. And you see some of the groups already figured that out and put that in. At least they didn't populate it, but at least they created their own accounts there. Okay. So I think most people, right, have gotten then. And then we had this with Luke and Alejandro and Ian. Does this link work now? It didn't work on Monday. Does it work
Yeah,
now?
it works now.
And now it works. Okay, so we got this master academic pressure with a responsible AI support. Okay, so what I do like about it is give me something where I'm going, right? And I got my mind mesh here, and then I got a lot of white space. I got too much, and then here, as it helps college to manage stress, stay ordered. We teach students, okay. We help students with, I don't know why I'm getting blank here.
It shouldn't be like that. Can you try to
Why?
refresh it again?
Yeah. Okay, I'll go back to where it was before. Yeah, sometimes what do they need? Double clicking or something? I don't know what's the idea here. Yeah, sometimes they almost need, I think it's slow or something, or maybe my computer too, to get the pictures in. Okay. Yeah, okay. Okay. All right. Yeah, that looks in some of these, okay. It's a start, great. Okay. And we got everybody here. And of course, we don't got the right, this doesn't look like Andrew, right? Andrew looks good. And then I have these. And who is do you have a fourth? This is Andrew you're supposed to have? And is he in class today? Ian. Is Andrew Lorman in class?
I don't know if he's in class today. Let me look.
Yeah, you can look at that. Well, he can tell me. Not good, right? You can't put him in a picture. Okay, and have you created these, Ian? Your Instagram and your X and your LinkedIn?
Yeah, those links work. They should work.
Okay, perfect. Okay, and we already have 3 connections. Great, fantastic.
I don't see his name here. I don't think
Yeah,
he's in
not
class.
good, right? So you want to basically send out a text to him and also to Isa. Also, can you be so kind, Isa, and send out something to him? This is not correct. And it's not fair to the group here that we have someone that doesn't even do the minimal of the minimal. But it looks a lot better. I think what it is it's slow, and maybe my Wix, my internet may be slow as well. But very good. So we got to start here to know, and then you need to keep on populating. Okay. So everybody got the idea that if you want to be a slacker, this is not the time to be a slacker in this class, right? You got to step up and do your work. And if you don't, maybe you want to step out and do the project on your own. But it's not fair to the group where they're trying to do it, and then you pull down the group as it goes. You agree with me, Ian? It's hard, but you're gonna have to reach out and you can even tell what happened in the group. You can express that. And if there's some issues, they can contact Isa or myself that they need to drop out or do something else. This isn't fair for the group, but just so you know that I will be grading each person's participation, and at the end there will also be a peer review, and the grades at the end, of course, your project will be graded as a whole, but you'll also get an individual grade for your project. Okay, so let's move on to something else. So the idea here is the voice. So is there anything else? Let me just shut my door. Is there anything else, Isa, that you want to talk about in terms of the project? And then we'll go into the voice assignment.
No, just I guess reiterating of what you were saying that everybody try to do your part, please, because it's really hard when all the pressure falls on one person. And like you guys, it sounds kind of bad, but you guys are not really gonna get away with it. Like someone's gonna eventually speak up or, be frustrated about it, and we're gonna find out. So
It's
please,
not
everybody,
even a
just try
finding
to,
out. It's a shame too.
yeah,
It's
just try
in
to
a
put in
positive
the
saying.
work.
It's a shame because it's something that you can use beyond the class. That's what I
Yeah,
think is fantastic. So I wouldn't even put it as we'll catch you, you know what I mean, cheating or something like that. So kind of infantile, but rather it's a tremendous opportunity. And why not take advantage of that opportunity? That's how I view it.
yeah.
Okay. So now we got to think about what are voice agents. And we have a assignment that's due Monday to do your first phone voice AI agent, which is fantastic. So I have here, which I think are important, is I have a couple of links that I would like you to read about AI voice agents. And this is a great article. Sometimes it's by companies, so they have a little slant, but I really like this on an AI voice agents that they allow me to know what's the difference between an AI voice agent and a regular phone number. So Ian, you remember when you give me your phone, right? And I can do what? I can call you, I can text you, you can be on WhatsApp and we can converse, right? That is a phone number that isn't intelligent in terms of AI. So what an AI voice agent is, it's going to be intelligent software that's engaged here in what we call real-time voice conversations. What's different, you'll see a lot of chatbots where you'll text, right? And basically you'll be able to do it. But typically AI voice agents can be over phone calls and can perform some types of tasks. They can resolve issues. And have you ever worked with Alexa or Siri's, Ian?
Yes, I have.
Yeah. In a lot of ways, they're dumb. Don't you agree?
Sometimes, yeah.
What?
Sometimes.
Yeah, so they're not as good. So under they're designed very narrow and very cryptic. In this case, and it's difficult to basically, in this case, you can't just call 1-800 Alexa, right? I can tell my Alexa, turn on the lights or play me this song, right? And ask me a couple of questions. They're trying to get more intelligence. And basically what Alexa is doing and what Siri's is going to do is Siri's in the future is going to use Google Gemini for its LLM, and Alexa's going to be doing it, and it's going to be trying to train for natural conversations. So basically, there's something called IVR, which is called interactive voice response. So if I think about an interactive voice response, Catherine, have you ever called a number and they say, press 1 to make an appointment, press 2 to talk to the nurse, press 3 for directions? Have you ever had something like that, Catherine?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's called IVR. That's interactive voice response. Or they'll ask you put in somebody's extension. Those IVRs were before, they were type of scripts that basically gave you few choices. And there was voice bots a step up after that basically didn't have the depth. Now they have something called voice AI agents, just like a chat GPT, but it can be focused and programmed. And they're basically based on advanced speech and what they call natural natural processing that we're going to natural language processing called NLP. So basically what they're trying to do is why voice agents are working is that you can use text, but you also can use voice. So these are the ways of why I like this article is you can see you capture the user's voice. You get then from the speech, it basically will recognize it. Then it'll go through a natural language processing. And there'll be, based on that, there'll be some kind of task or some kind of decision. And what I love about this, it will continuously improve. And it converts it to text to speech and it generates a natural response. And guess what, Ian? Something like this really fits for what? An open-ended question, right? About what are the ideas of how an AI voice agent works. It's relatively new. They're getting better. And here is basically talking about it. What are the key functions? And what's so great about a lot of them, it can be multilingual. Think about that, Aiden, that let's say, do you speak fluent? Are you fluent in Spanish? Aiden?
Minimally.
Minimally. My agent, I can do multi-agent and it can do Creole, it can do, in this case, Spanish, French fluently, and you even can, it can even convert without you even having to say, do you speak Spanish? So this is a great idea. So you can expand if you're minimally in Spanish, Aiden, this way your voice agent can be fluent. And then it can be the tone, you can get sentiment analysis, you can adjust based on, it can listen and see if the person on the other end seems to be anxious, seems to be angry. It maintains the memory of the conversation state, and even some of them in the history, you're having them fill out a form and then you say call back, they have the history of that, and it can be then put into the database. That's the beautiful. It can be, you can fall back to live agents so you're not just stuck. You can say, hey, guess what? You can have somebody even supervise the call, or you can transfer it. So this is an excellent, basically, way in which you can do appointments and scheduling. So for Aiden, for your group, you can have it schedule for you. You can do in terms of call routing, explaining, and you can see here some of the top platforms to build, test, and here's some things here. You got it? I think this is the best article to read for an assignment. So if I look at my assignment, what do I want to do? Is I go to my audit assignment sections. And in this one here, I guess this is yours. Let me just see here. If I open this link here, let's see if it works. And then we know that this is our lovely, isn't this a great picture of you? Isa is our lovely TA that is going to explain here in terms of this, using this platform called VAPI. VAPI stands for Voice API, right? API is Application Program Interface. And when you think about this interface here, this is the assignment. And I'll open it in a new tab, and you'll see under this assignment is you'll go to a program called VAPI, which is a dashboard. You can sign up with your Google account. In this case, when you sign up for a Google account, the same idea as when you did YouTube is don't use your school account. You'll record it with Zoom, and we'll try to get a phone number. What the beauty here is, VAPI allows us to get 10 free phone numbers, where other people make you pay for your phone number, just like your carrier. For demonstration purposes, this platform allows you to pick a phone number. And in picking a phone number, what I'd like to do is I like to use a vanity phone number, just like 1-800-CHAT-GPT tells the brand of ChatGPT, see if you can find phone numbers that also are words that express something. So here you create a phone number, and in this case, try to get a phone number that spells something like 872. Basically, you may have to check a number of times even before you start recording and see if you can get like the area code to spell like USA. 786 usually doesn't work because they're so filled, they don't usually have those numbers, but that would spell run. And you can see here, we give you even a list of what some of these area codes would spell. This is a place where you do it. And once you find a phone number, you're going to create an assistant. And then in creating that assistant, we're going to choose then the lead qualification specialist. So basically, it's already a template that has already built in basically instructions to make this a lead qualification. You'll be using an LLM. I want you to choose the model of GPT 4.1 mini. And why? I want you to use that because that's the cheapest. They give you a number of free credits, and I want us to be able to use it and don't run out of credits because I don't want you to pay. I don't want to pay for demo purposes. Later on, we can even get our own number, and there's companies like Twilio that will allow them to use numbers. And when you get a number, notice that you'll be connected to an assistant. That assistant has its own, in this case, qualifications, and then you will basically set it up with prompts. And if I just even show you VAPI, what it looks like, if I go to VAPI.AI, this is the voice agents for developers. What I like is you even can go, everybody, you can go to VAPI.AI, and I think in my content, right, if I go to what's due, you can see right here is I have this Docs VAPI AI as well. This is a quick start introduction that you can see. You can also go to this way. I can go to the Docs and notice right away it has the introduction. Build voice agents that can make and receive phone calls. We want to receive phone calls in the beginning. I don't want to make phone calls and I don't want to spam anybody. I want to make phone calls. It tells what a voice agent will do. It'll allow you to do natural conversations with the user. It makes and receives calls. And then what does it do? It's text to speech, converts user speech into text that your agent can understand. It uses large language models, just like Gemini, just like ChatGPT, that processes the conversation and does text to speech. And you can build it in two ways. We're going to use assistants. Squads are more complicated, but just so you know, you could have what they call a squad, Catherine, and that would be, I would have multiple agents. I'd have one agent, like a scheduling agent, and it would then maybe go to my calendar, and then I could have another agent that does my e-commerce. We're just going to make it simple, simple, simple in the beginning, Catherine. We're going to have an assistant, and that assistant will use it for lead qualification. We're not going to use it for customer support because guess what? I don't have any customers, but I'm looking for leads, Catherine, right? We want to get leads because we want to flourish in our company. So you'll do leads. And these are my choose my process. And for our right now, we're going to do it on phone calls. But for our final project, guess what, Catherine? We'll do phone calls and we'll also do web integration, where we'll put it within our website that it'll say chat with my agent, and also people can call. So when people aren't even on my call, they can call and it says, USA Manuel, If we're monitoring wellness, they can call from a phone or they can call web integrations. These developer tools you don't have to worry about, but in the popular use cases, I want to do lead qualification. But notice later on, I could even do appointment scheduling, make appointment with our group. That's a little bit more complicated because I'd have to set up my, let's say my Google Calendar, right? Make sure that it was in the right time zone and things like that. But that's possible. But what's the example, what you can look at, this could also be a service that you could provide, Catherine. You know, in services, we can provide these for you. And you can talk about it, you can show it as an example of what you're doing. So in terms of my VAPI, you can see, open up a dashboard. I don't know which one this has. Let's see. Okay, so you see, hey, Doctor's Rush, how can I help you? And then if I go to phone numbers, right, I already have a phone number, one phone number called USA Manuel. It's spelled 872-669-9347. And you see here under assistants, I have an assistant called Morgan, right? And if I look at Morgan, right, this is the model. This is, it uses the provider OpenAI. This is the model GPT mini cluster. This is the first message. And this is where I want you to change it, Catherine. You see this first message? I had, hello, this is Morgan from USA Manuel. All you have to do is change it to what? What was the name of your company, Catherine?
Smart marketing.
Yeah, whatever it is. And then you could change some of these words, but you wouldn't even have to do it. But later on, notice I was using the system prompt. I was using it for lead qualification, and they already have this all put in. You see how they're putting it in? You are Morgan, a business consultant. Then they have the personality, speech. I would let that go for the first assignment. But later on, guess what, Catherine? Later on, you can put in, this is my team members, and you can put Catherine, and you can put all your team members of what you do. And then when you're talking to your voice agent, you could ask it then, who are the team members? Who's the founder of the company? And it would tell you. You could put it right underneath that. That's what we'll do for the final project. What you'll do for this, I want everybody to know how to do a voice agent. Do you see that, Hunter? Rather than one person, Hunter, in the group know how to do it, I want everyone to know how to do an AI voice agent, right, Hunter? And then when you have your next step for your website, for your project, you'll have call my agent, and you'll have somebody in your group be responsible for putting it in and being more elaborate, putting in everybody's names and the team members on what they do. Right now, let's get it simple that I got a phone call, that I have a phone number, and I know that it will answer, hey, this is, and you can give the agent any name you want. You know, rather than Morgan, you say, hey, this is Hunter Jr. or something, you know, whatever name you want, and we represent this company. How can we help you in your AI marketing needs or your small business needs? And all you have to do, it's beautiful, is you just have to change that first prompt and put in your own words, questions on what I want. So you have also, Isa made a video for it. You have step-by-step module for it. You have in VAPI, you have docs on how to do it. And also, let me share here. That even if I go to, everybody know my web links, you can even see, here's another one on VAPI on how to do it as well. So if you look at your own web links here, let me just see here. here's the same, here's some more instructions by another team that does a AI boot camp, and they have it set up, is setting up the assistants. See here, the first prompt and the second prompt. What I want you to do is just switch for the first one. If you want to play around with the system prompt, do that as a secondary thing, you know, and do as the first message, the second prompt, create your assistant, right? You now can click on publish to save changes. Make sure you click on publish to save the changes. You know, Isa, what do you think? This may be good to add this to the assignment too, as another link to look at. What do you think, Isa?
Oh yeah, I think it's helpful to them.
Yeah, so maybe if you could put that as the assignment, or let Lily know about that, you know, to use that link.
Okay.
Or the voice configuration, you see that, where you basically set up your voice configuration. You can choose then the provider, they have names already. You can see from a number of different providers. And then you can listen to the voices just like anyone else, you know, from different teams. And then you can click on, even within the platform itself, you can click on talk to the assistant before you even call the phone number. And then in this case, we'll use this later on. Do you see this, Hunter? Later on, we'll use this to embed the widget into Wix. You don't have to worry about that right now, but this basically tells you, you'll scroll down and you have the code, and all you have to do is paste this in to Wix, and it will go to your dashboard. So along with not even having the phone number, they can just click and then they can talk via your VAPI. And then you can connect your phone numbers you see here. We don't want to buy any, so we just want to get a free VAPI phone number. And then we want to get the phone number. And once we create it, what's important is we want to assign it. This is very important. If it doesn't work, you want to make sure that your assistant on your phone number is assigned, that you have some assistant there to pick up the phone. And then even in this case, you can see here, you can tell them to call, but also have it embedded. So this number 346-282-7281 is a VAPI number, which is an agent. Questions? So Ian, did you understand that?
I was in the bathroom, but
Okay.
when I got back, I mostly understood it, yeah.
Okay, it's basically doing a voice agent on your own using VAPI as the assignment.
Okay, thank you.
You understand? So you'll be doing that assignment as your voice agent using VAPI, and you'll just use your, you can use just your Google non-school email, and you can then basically get up to 10 numbers. But try out a couple of numbers, right? And you'll then use your number. And what you'll do is once you create your phone number, you'll attach an agent. They have many different agents, and you want to create the agent to be a product specialist, basically for leads. So when somebody calls, right, your agent will ask questions to help them answer it. And what you'll do is you'll change the agent. So we'll say, hi, and you can give the agent, depending on, it sounds like a male voice or a female voice. Hi, I'm Jessica, or I'm Ian, you know, and I'm from the name of your company. How can I help you? And then I say, you know, can you guys help me get A's in all my classes? Right? Or my son, my daughter are having some issues. How can they be motivated, or whatever? Any questions, comment? Isa? And then Wednesday, you remember, it's a good time for groups maybe to meet, Roxy, because we're not having formal class on this Wednesday. And we'll meet together on Monday. And stay with me if you have additional questions. And Isa, you want to be so kind and do attendance?
Sure.
And stay with me if you have questions. But I think for the most part, most groups have made the first battle. Now it's getting into detail and start everybody, Catherine, start reading what it produces for us. Does this make sense? Does this really focus on what we're actually trying to do? And each member of your group, Catherine, you got to make sure that they, you request that everybody has to look at all the work before class to find any mistakes. I shouldn't be finding those mistakes, right? You guys can pick it up just as well. So did you put in the chat?
Yes.
Okay. 28:30. Perfect. So I'll see everybody on Monday. Monday. And we'll go on Monday. We'll give the second stage, but you already know what the second stage is in your, many of it in your project. Getting the, get everybody getting the social media started. You should be updating it. And thinking about what you're actually going to be, what kind of services you're going to be giving. And you'll be putting in your phone agent, your AI phone agent.
Professor, I had a question about the website domain name. Our company's called Smart Marketing, but we couldn't really find something like super close to that with like a .com. It was only like .net and .biz. Is that fine, or do you want
Yeah,
.com?
Biz is good.
Okay.
I like Biz because it's, you know, what it basically, that's what you're in. It's business.
Right.
So if
All
you
right.
can get the main thing is, does it make sense? And is that your brand, right?
Right, for sure.
I
Thank
like
you.
Biz. And it's an easy spell.
Right.
And you're unique. You know what I mean?
For sure.
And Biz, you know what I like even Biz better? Because Biz is almost added to your brand. You're helping businesses get more biz.
Right.
I mean, we had in one of the classes, they got a telephone number too that said Wiz More Biz.
It's pretty good.
And that was their domain name too, wizmore.biz.
Oh, thank you.
So think about it almost as that one. I would look at that. Okay.
We had a question for Isa. We spoke to her previously about like one of our assignments. It was on group assignment number 5, and we're having the problem that none of our YouTube live streaming has been working. So when we first hosted the meeting, basically we submitted it without the YouTube live stream, but everything else that obviously like docked us off points. So we spoke to her and she's letting us like redo it. We met on Thursday night to redo it, but again, we all like tried to YouTube live stream and it's still not working. So is there like another way to go about it that like one of us, like just one of us can like get the YouTube live streaming? Because like I've tried to redo my account. I know Brennan tried and he thought it worked. And then
So
when
is
he
there
tried to
anyone in
try
your
and get
group
it-
that has a YouTube live account?
No,
None of ours are
we all
working.
have the
It never
accounts, but when we
works.
go to live stream, they're not working.
Okay, and what
You
does
can
it
see it
say?
like in the screen recording as well. That we
Yeah, it's like
Okay, so if you can't get it done, the only other thing you can do, what I would do is, one of you, at least for this, I would, if you've documented it, I would tell Isa to give you credit on that if you have it documented. But then what I would do is each of you create another Gmail account maybe, and
Okay.
try applying again to YouTube. Again, I don't have control over it, right?
Yeah.
And go through that process again. This, you know, even do it tonight. Have each person in your group create another email, and you may even create an email that looks like your project. So you can use it for your project rather than, Sienna, whatever. What was your project title? What is this? the topic?
Ours is like career AI gent.
Okay, so something like that, create a Gmail account with career or something in it or something like that, and AI. Each of you have a different one. You can even decide with each other, one with the dash, one with something else, one with maybe the one in front of it or something like that.
Yeah.
Then see if you can get Google to live stream. And you know how it takes, what does it take, 72 hours or whatever it takes?
Yeah, I think it's like 24 hours or whatever.
Whatever it takes, do it tonight. Make sure, you have a good group. Make sure everybody does it tonight. And then see by Monday at least, we don't have class on Wednesday, right? You can even meet on Wednesday and see, did anybody get it done? And then in Wednesday, you can even meet at the same time. Since you say, hey, everybody should have this free on their schedule, right? And see if you can at least get the YouTube running.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
You know what I mean? We got to work it out.
Yeah,
I don't
I
have control.
understand.
I can't contact YouTube. I'm nobody to, YouTube and some say, help my 4 students. You know what I mean? In Wix, I have an academic relationship with that. I can talk to somebody to help or something. But with this, we'll try. But that's the way to, we'll work it out. One of the things that you're learning in this class is how do you document and how do you try to find solutions. That's it. And that's what they need humans for still, right? Is when it's stuck somewhere, where do I go to next? Right? And how do I get around the system to try again? And how do I even document it? So you have even other recorders that we've learned in class that you can even record too. So if you can't get the YouTube to work, maybe you can get another recording that you can get a second recording. Because guess what? How about if there's servers in Zoom go down? How are you going to record something? Right, Luke David? So in this case, you say at least we can even have 3 different recordings. You could record, Sienna record, and somebody else record as well, right? So we have at least, we can have some that record on our own computer and some in the cloud, somebody else's cloud. We work it out, but at least you know how to do it. And then it would be nice. It would be nice then if you could create it. Did I answer your question?
Yeah, thank you so much. That helps us a lot.
You know what I mean?
Thank you.
The main thing is you showed that you have effort and you showed that you're documenting and you're not showing like, hey, we just didn't do it. We were just slackers. And I know you guys are not. You know what I mean? That we're trying our best and there's issues. Perfect.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am. Thank you so much. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
Yeah,
God
I
bless you.
appreciate
Thank you
you
so
guys
much.
too. I appreciate we work together. That's the beauty. You know what I mean? We have full respect for each other and we do the most we can. That's how I view it.
I'm also
And-
regrading y'all's 5th assignment with because since you guys documented it and what professor said, so I just wanted you guys to know.
Yeah,
Awesome.
you know
Thank
what I
you so
mean?
much.
It's fair. You know what I mean? But you showed that what are the issues, just not that we were just, we didn't get on time and we did it at the last moment. And you're
Gotcha.
learning that stuff doesn't work.
It doesn't. Sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah.
I appreciate you, ma'am.
Yeah, I
I have to go to my
appreciate
next
you
class,
too.
but I thank you.
Go, bye.
Thank you
Okay,
so much.
Vivian, what's up? How can I help you, my dear?
I was just having
Let
issues with
me
the
just